Hello, this is Penny from Milton Anglican. Some words from the Gospel of John. He breathed on them and said, "Receive the Holy Spirit." Well, oh my, I hope they were all 1.5 meters apart and wearing masks. But joking apart, our relationship with breath has really been transformed in recent weeks, hasn't it? And with that, I guess, our response to texts like that one. We know, of course, that breath is absolutely essential, life-giving. We die without it. In the beginning of creation, the scriptures tell us that God breathed into us the breath of life. But of course, in recent times, we've become fearful of breath, breathing on others and receiving the breath of others, lest we spread a contagion. And I think that in time to come that may affect some of our liturgical practices. I think, for instance, of the bishop breathing over the open vessels at the Chrism Mass in imitation of exactly that passage from the Gospel that I've just referred to. In both Hebrew and Greek, the word for breath and the word for spirit is the same. So at Pentecost, we celebrate the gift of the holy breath. A breath indeed that does spread like a contagion, but a contagion of love and not of death and destruction. It's a holy breath, but it's a dangerous breath in its own way, because indeed it inspires us to challenge all things that stand in the way of life and love. This is a breath that fans the flames of justice seeking. This is Reconciliation Week, and I'm reminded of Aboriginal teachers who would speak to me about listening for how the land breathes, especially at dawn and at dusk. And these days of lockdown have been days in which it's been easier to listen to the land breathing and to its creatures. And it's really changed how we might relate to our environment and made us much more aware of how, as human beings, we're impacting our planet. Indeed, we're being called to pay attention to what Aboriginal elders have been telling us for a long time, that we need to redress the balance. So perhaps the best thing that we can all do for our own health and for the health of the planet is simply to breathe. To breathe in and out, deeply and gently, not breathing on others, but just in our own space, attending to our breath, and finding as we do so, not only that our nervous systems are calmed and our lung function improved, but that we slow the frenetic pace of human activity that is so damaging to our planet. And as we do so, we make a space for the infilling of that holy breath of God, truly a dangerous and inspiring breath. So at Pentecost and at all times, let's receive the holy breath, a breath of power that shakes us from our complacencies and inspires us to speak out wherever we find injustice, whether between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians, or in the treatment of our planet, or in other places. Let's breathe in that holy breath, and let's know that we go out to spread that contagion of love in the power of that holy and dangerous breath. Amen.